Well, welcome back. It's the 16th of June and that can only mean one thing. It's the first day of the new river season and coarse anglers right across the UK are going forth and fishing various rivers. I'm down today and beginning the season on the lovely, intimate River Loddon. Now I'm going to be targeting barbel and chub today using two rods, both out on leisure, fishing low resistance running rigs. Nothing complex, very basic as you will have seen in many of my previous videos. Large bore run ring, gripper style leads, 12-pound main line and 12-pound sink braid hook link to size 8 hooks. Nothing special at all, as I say, very basic. Just targeting the areas where the fish are, getting their confidence up and getting them feeding. One of the rods I'm going to be putting out on a Thames Baits TB1 boilie. This is the first time that I've used them this season, so I'm quite interested to see how they perform and see if they're up to the job. But they look and smell wonderful, so fingers crossed we might pick up a fish or two on those. My other rod, I am actually going to be using a halibut pellet. Now, I'm going to be glugging that in some Carp Company Anchovy Plus. So very, very thick, extremely pungent, glossy glug that smells obviously very strong and potently of fish anchovy. And the reason why I use that is because it's got a good leak off. It coats the pellet well. As I am using pre-drilled pellets, you can tend to get an ingress of water through the hole in the middle, and it makes the pellet break down a lot faster than what you really want it to. So giving it a coating with a glug, especially a thick glug like the Anchovy Plus, does help slow down the breakdown process and allows the bait to remain out actively fishing for a lot longer. Taking my time setting up today though, because it's just nice to admire the river in its glory. I was watching some swans swim by earlier on with their cygnets. A really glorious sight. And on more of a down note, I had a couple of cormorants erupt out of the swim in front of me, which has made quite a commotion and disturbed it quite a lot. So I'm just letting the swim settle down for 45 minutes to an hour before casting out. But it is just wonderful to seeing the new start to the season on the first day. And I personally feel the fishing will be quite slow. With the way the weather's been and the seasons are quite behind, I think that I'll be doing well to pick one fish up, let alone more, especially barbel. Anyway, I'm going to have a little drink and I'll catch you later on. See you in a bit. Well, it's coming up for 8:30 and had a few knocks on the pellet earlier on today. That are most likely small stuff. Good chance there's a few roach about knocking at it. Nothing on the boilie, but didn't really expect too much activity in the daytime, and I always feel at the start of the season, first day of the season, is a bit of a deceptive anti-climax at times. So there's a chance that I think of blanking, but I can't think of a better place or backdrop to blank on. And I'll certainly be back for more if that is the case, because there's some beautiful fish in this river. Sadly, on another note, was when I arrived this morning, there was a bivvy in one of the swims further down from me, and quite a large bivvy, a wheelbarrow, obviously used for putting bed chair and bivvy and fishing tackle on, barrowing it over to the river. And next to the bivvy there was an umbrella, so there was obviously two guys, and I'm going to say this now, I do recognise them and know who they are, and I'm not best pleased at the moment. Whether they'd set up early this morning, I don't know. I do feel, judging by the fact of the amount of gear that they had, they were set up before the start of the season. Anyway, they packed up. I decided to mosey on down, have a look at the swim, see if there's any rubbish been left. Big burnt patch right near the bankside where they've had a fire. Weren't very pleased with that. I thought to myself, well, let's see if they've left any rubbish. So had a look about. Couldn't see any rubbish first off, so I thought, that's great. You know, at least they've taken the rubbish home, which is not normally the case with some people that like to call themselves anglers. So I checked round to the side of a large tree. And normally you get certain people sticking tins of luncheon meat, sweet corn. You know, they can bring these items full up, but they don't take them home with them empty. So as I looked round there, just to have a little look, see if there was any litter left, I was greeted by a nice pile of toilet paper with faeces all over it and a big steaming turd. You know, what kind of bloody anglers are you that takes, excuse my English, takes a shit in your own swim, doesn't even attempt to actually dig a hole, cover it up? You've got a fire that you've had, you could have burnt the toilet roll. Now I spent best part of 25-30 minutes getting the toilet roll together with a stick and then covering their mess up with around about 2.5-3 kilos of soil that I dug up. Now there's plenty of places to take a crap if you're caught short, but what kind of anglers take a crap in their own swim? To me, you're scum, utter scum, and it really makes me sick to see people like this fishing on beautiful rivers and then just leaving swims in such a sorry state. You know, the next person who goes there, they're going to find the mess in the swim, and you know, it is absolutely bloody vile. It's sickening. Well, first fish, that would explain why it's been slow going. This fish is full of spawning tubercles. It's a nice bream, £7 15 ounces, just under £8. It's a nice bream for the Loddon. I've had them to 8.5 in the past, and it's a nice fish, but it is full of spawning tubercles. That would explain why it's a bit slow going. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy with that. It's a lovely looking slab, a nice river slab, and a nice river Loddon bream. Yeah, it's covered, as you can see, with tubercles on it, so they are spawning, and that would explain why the fishing's very, very slow.